Shut up and sit down.
Well, what have we here but a Beef the Legend sighting? Hello, everybody. It is, in fact, Beef the Legend from the Pittsburgh Piledriver podcast. Glad to see everybody here today. So, I am here because I am not on the show this week. And, just you take a week off, you just do stuff and whatever. So I'm here today with you now to make up for it. And also, spoilers for the boys on the cast. I will not be on next week either. So, well, there goes my light. So sorry about that. Um, that's news to everybody, I'm sure. But yes, I won't be on next week either because the Steelers play on on a Thursday night, which is when we record. So you'll have to do without your daily uh, beef um, on the podcast. I don't know if they're going to. I know this past week they did a breaking kayfabe, which I'm super excited to hear. I don't know what they're gonna do next week. I haven't, like I said, this is the first that anybody's known about it, so surprise. But yeah, so I figured I would touch base with the wrestling world. Let me be super professional here. Hey, I'm gonna let you hear me while I pick up my light that fell. That's pretty exciting. So we're just gonna go without a light here. So you're getting me au natural with the lighting I have. Ta-da! I'm back. Hi, Amber and Patrick. Hello, hello, hello. Um, all right. So wrestling is a thing that happens and is happening. Football is a thing that is happening. I'm gonna try not to do this with my hands because it's creating chaos with the light. As I just do that. Awesome. Anyway, um, football's happening, wrestling's happening. This is Beefy's time to shine, baby. A lot of great football on today, a lot of great football on tomorrow. Um, a lot of great wrestling. Monday nights, Saturday night, or Monday nights, Friday nights, Wednesday nights. Just a lot to like, man. If you're a wrestling fan, this is absolutely probably one of the best times that I've heard, or that I can remember rather, that that the product has been so good, all around. AEW. Say what you will about their, you know, backstage fracas, also known as Brawl Out, which I love, which came after the Gripe Bomb, which again, love it. Um, but yeah, say what you will about their backstage, what have you. At the end of the day, they always put on a great show. This Wednesday night will be no exception. My I my chin gets itchy because of the beard, and so I reach up to scratch it, and whenever I do that, apparently it just creates all kinds of chaos with the lights like this. Woo! And then my camera has to auto adjust. Oh, my other camera, my my good camera isn't working, so I'm just using my HD facing one. So yeah, great. Um, anyway, my light's not working, my camera's not working. Just it's just amazing. Anyway, wrestling. So A couple things I wanted to touch on. First of all, AEW Grand Slam, Arthur Ashe Stadium in Brooklyn, Queens. I don't know, one of the five boroughs in New York. Grand Slam, Arthur Ashe Stadium is happening on Wednesday night, which we will see Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland probably lose the titles to the Acclaimed, with good reason. It's time. AEW, the Acclaimed, have arrived, and it is their time, absolutely, to shine. Keith and Swerve can go and do their other things. They may even feud with each other for a while. That's fine. Um, but yeah, it's time to get those belts on the Acclaimed because they're hot and they're ready to pop. In addition, we will see the crowning of the new AEW champion, not interim. No, no, the AEW champion. We'll see John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson in a matchup that has got everybody excited, yours truly included. It see itchy chin, itchy chin pelt. Um, it is almost a fait accompli. I love Danielson, but absolutely Moxley's winning this match. There's no, ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, and my phone's still on, talkie. So that's great. More professionalism here. Oh, and it's the boneheads from the podcast. Um, oh, it's Ransom Tom talking about pumpkin beer. I am actually here for that. Anyway, um, fuck is that chocolate? Get off my screen. Oh, it's a bug. Neat. Anyway, train of thought is just all over the place today. Forgive me. Wasn't planned. It just I was like, hey, I got some time. Um, watching the Syracuse Purdue game, and if you have to reduce yourself to watching Syracuse versus Purdue for a good game on College Game Day, the slate's not the best. So I'm kind of all over the place today. So forgive me. But uh, wrestling, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about wrestling today on a wrestling themed podcast. I turned the fucking notification off. Let me change that. More appropriate football season here. Oh, you guys can see my mouse. Neat. Woo. Um. Anyway. Um. So Grand Slam is coming up this weekend, or this week rather, in on Wednesday, Arthur Ashe Stadium, in New York, Queens, Brooklyn. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know the five Brooklyns. Sue me, or the five boroughs in New York. Sue me. Staten Island, Long Island, Manhattan. I do know the five boroughs. I just don't know which it's at. Anyway, off track. Train of thought. All over the place. I'm sorry. It's been a minute. Anyway, Grand Slam looks packed. It looks like Moxley is probably going to be the victor, and he should be. I mean, here's a guy who was scheduled to take a hiatus, a vacation, whatever you want to call it, and rest, recoup, recharge the batteries, whatever, and didn't because Tony Khan said, "Hey man, we're without Punk, we're without the Elite, we need star power." And John Moxley said, "All right, man, I'm here." Uh, oh, thanks, Ransom. Um, I feel like a grand slam today. Anyway, so Moxley, like, without batting an eye, he's there. You know, whenever you think of AEW, a lot of people think of the Elite. A lot of people think of like Punk and what have you. Some people think of Jericho, but honestly, the guy who's carried the company on his back the last few years has been John Moxley. John Moxley's had a great title run. Has had several great title runs, and he is going to serve as a bridge for this title to MJF. Um, so I mean, It's really going to be kind of a hot potato, maybe. Now, I have a theory, and it's just a theory, but I feel like maybe MJF gets involved with the match in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Maybe he uses that poker chip a la Money in the Bank and will cash cash in the poker chip. Oh, ha! Cash in the poker chip. Ha! I get it. Clever. I don't. I hate it whenever OBS OBS is the showing you behind the scenes. OBS is the system that I use to record and like broadcast the stuff. And like if I don't have the window that OBS is broadcasting up, then it will like freeze me. So that's why you'll occasionally see me stop moving. You'll continue to hear me talking, I just won't be moving because OBS is a pain in the dick. And also, I'm an amateur. I don't have a green screen, so I have to rely on Skype to be my green screen. So I'm broadcasting Skype through OBS to Facebook. If I would get a green screen and be professional, I would need more room. But then I would actually, have decent quality. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's all over the place. Anyway, shit. I need some Adderall today or something. My God. Um, Oh no, I guess I wouldn't need Adderall. I would need Ritalin. Shit. Anyway, I'm excited for Grand Slam. I think that MJF does get involved in the triple threat match some way. I think they make it a triple threat match because I mean the dude's from Long Island. The dude's from New York. You know, I think he's from Long Island. Yes, he is. Um, how do you not have? And I mean, like he is the hottest act in wrestling right now. Period. Like that place would pop like crazy. I don't know why you would save this match for Full Gear in St. Louis, Minnesota. I don't know where it's at this year. Like I don't know why you would save this match. Hot potato the title again. So in 3 months time, you go from Moxley, well, from Punk to Moxley to Punk to Moxley to MJF, or you can go Punk, Moxley, Punk, MJF with a vacate in the middle. It doesn't sound much better, but that's I mean it's revisionist history outside the nose. It's revisionist history. I Ransom, I really am um like I said, I wasn't planning to do this. It just happens. That's how a lot of these happen. They just happen. It's just me sitting down with some free time, going, hey, you know what? Let's put together a live stream. Good idea. Anywho, but yeah, there's no way that I don't, that MJF doesn't get involved and doesn't get the strap in his hometown on Wednesday. I think I could be wrong, but I just don't see what the purpose with that would be. And like I said, then you would save a hot potatoing of said title. You could have him defend against, Danielson or Mox or both of them at Full Gear, whatever. But so that's going down on Wednesday. We'll see and we'll know more. But it's very clear based on the last 2 weeks of promos, they're setting up for Moxley versus MJF. That again is a fait accompli. So if MJF's not involved on Wednesday night, put all of your money on Moxley. But I also want to talk about WWE. Um, and more specifically, I want to talk about WWE fans. People, including my friends at the Pittsburgh Pile Driver podcast, are losing their minds about Logan Paul facing Roman Reigns at the next WWE Premium Live event, PLEs as they are becoming known as. And honestly, I'm here for it. Um, I think it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. I think I saw it advertised for Crown Jewel. So first of all, whatever. Fucking Crown Jewel's a throwaway show anyway. But um, you know, Logan Paul is an absolute natural in the ring. He has trained hard. He is clearly taking it very seriously. He's great on the mic, which is what you want. Now, they're trying to put him as a face. That's a mistake. Logan Paul is not going to be a face. And I'm sure that's because that's something he put in his contract. I get it, but I mean Logan Paul will never be a face. Fucking Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Kyoto, Japan, Munich, Germany, fucking Canada, Britain, Ireland, fucking Australia. I don't care where Logan Paul is. Logan Paul will always be the heel. Always, always, always. So, to try and book him as a face and have him beat, or have him face, rather, Roman Reigns is ludicrous. It's absolutely fucking insane. Um, Stay hydrated. It's absolutely insane. That's the problem. And that's the only problem I have with this whole scenario. You want to have Logan Paul face Roman Reigns? Fine. He's a celebrity. He's going to get eyes on your product. He's really good in the ring for what he is. He's really good in the mic. And I mean, like, this is just a guy that Roman Reigns is going to beat. What's the alternative? Roman beating Drew again, which I don't think would be a good thing. Roman beating Cross. Roman beating Rollins again. Roman beating Owens again. Roman just pissing off all of the IWC by, beating all the people that we want to be champion. Or you let him beat Logan Paul clean. I don't know, Ransom. Maybe I honestly don't think they are booking the show for Saudi anymore. I think Vince McMahon booked the shows for Saudi Arabia. I think Triple H books the shows to be good content, and that's the difference. Um, so I don't, I don't think Triple H cares. I think Triple H just says, hey, you know what? This will be a marquee matchup. It'll get because I mean, it's going to be some fucking wacky time. It's going to be on at like fucking 12:30 on a Friday or whatever. So, people wouldn't, a time when people wouldn't normally be watching. This is going to get people from like ESPN covering them. This is going to get, eyes on the product regardless of Saudi Arabia. So, I don't think it's a bad play. I don't think Paul's a bad choice at all. And again, let's call this for what it is. Logan Paul is just going to be another victim of Roman Reigns. If Logan Paul were the one to beat Roman Reigns, yeah, I'd have a huge fucking problem with it. It'd be the dumbest fucking shtick since David Arquette. But he's not. Logan Paul is a decent celebrity turned wrestler who has committed to the craft, has become a believable competitor, and has been fun to watch. Where's the problem? I don't understand why everybody's losing their minds. And the best part is, if at some point you want to make Roman Reigns a face again, this could be the catalyst to do so. Because again, Logan Paul will get booed all over the fucking world. I don't care what's in his contract. He could run out there. They could show a package of him saving a cat from a burning building, rescuing a child from drowning, and donating his entire purse to like the firefighters fund from 9/11. And he would still get booed because that's what Logan Paul is. That's what Logan Paul does. That's who he is. That's my only problem with this whole scenario is you want Roman Reigns to beat guys who are good guys, right? You want him to be the bad guy. You want him to beat the good guys. Logan Paul's not a good guy. He never will be. I don't care if you team him with fucking Ricochet, McIntyre, fucking The Rock, Hulk Hogan. I don't care who. He could come out as a tag team partner of Stone Cold Steve Austin and he will still get booed. I don't understand why this is happening. Why it's a heel versus heel matchup is what it is. But again, I honestly think that this is triple. So I read somewhere and this is just like a thought, nothing confirmed, that like somebody said this feels like a holdover from the old regime, and I agree. I think that Logan Paul is a smart enough dude to put in his contract. I get X amount of main events. I want to be booked as the good guy. And I think that this is Triple H saying, okay, sure, we'll give you a main event. You'll face Roman Reigns, and you'll get the good guy treatment, which unfortunately for him means he will be on the ass end of a Roman Reigns beating. But yeah, I don't have a problem with this match. I don't have a problem with Logan Paul getting the shot. I don't have a problem with Logan Paul being the guy that Reigns is the next guy to massacre. Whatever. Again, it sure as hell beats him beating Kevin Owens. Sorry. It sure as hell beats him beating Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross, Ricochet, any number of people. So yeah, do it. Book it. It's fine. I swear, people just like to complain about things. We, as a wrestling fan base, just like to complain about things. But it is what it is. That's what we do. We are wrestling fans. We complain. Just like, well, I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. That's kind of where I wanted to kind of go with this. I want to talk a little bit about Grand Slam, which I'm excited about. That's what again. That's this Wednesday on TBS, 8 Eastern Standard Time, live from Arthur Ashe Stadium. Tag team title match with the AEW title being decided as well. And yeah, I'm here for Logan Paul. I'll be interested to see what the guys think of these things next week on the podcast. But again, you won't hear me because, Stillers. Anyway, that's about all I want to talk about today. So I appreciate those of you who are tuned in, which I'm assuming one is my good friend Adam Rarick, who has no, you know, um, um, he's not in the podcast. There's Ransom's in the podcast, but not Adam Rarick. He's one of my good best friends. So I hope that he's my best friend, honestly. But and I think Pat's been along the whole ride too. So thank you guys for watching. I remember to record this one, so it's going to be on YouTube. So hopefully get some views over there. Breaking Kayfabe will be out at some point, maybe this week. I don't know. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. And so look for that. But for the Pittsburgh Powder Podcast, this is Beef, the legend, saying, rock on. Go Buckeyes!